Ready when you guys are.
So should I put her as the DP and the pitcher, not just pitcher, right?
If it'll let you do both, yeah.
Okay, I'll change that.
If not, just put her in as the pitcher. And then switch her to DP when they take her out and she wants to still hit. Good morning. Welcome to field number 2 here at the Palmasola Softball Complex in Bradenton, Florida. After a day and a half of rainouts and the 4th of July weekend, we are back with day 19 of the FGCL. Tomorrow, the regular season will come to a close. All-Star game coming up on Wednesday, and then the single elimination, everyone makes it playoffs, will start on Thursday. I'm Tom Canterbury. Thank you so much for joining us here for the first of 3 here on Field 2 on day 19. Coming up next, it'll be the Rodeo and the Squeeze, followed by the Queens and the Sea Cows, wrapping up day 19. But we start things off with the Manatee Skeeters taking on the Anna Maria Aquanauts. Here is the starting lineup for the Skeeters. They are 5-10 entering today's game on a 2-game losing streak. For head coach Morgan Kostler, they are in 13th place in the league standings entering this 9:30 window. Leading things off, the shortstop, Lila Tidball, with Emma George catching, batting second. Olivia Artanis, second base, bats third. Batting fourth is Kendall Bradshaw, the right fielder. Sydney Totarski, center field, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Keely Cochran, the third baseman. Tegan Riley, the extra hitter, will bat seventh. Batting eighth is a designated player and starting pitcher Liliana Acosta. Izzy Henderson, the first baseman, will bat ninth. And batting 10th is Julia Tomolsky, the left fielder. They'll face in the circle for the Aquanauts, the right-handed freshman out of Boston College, Sophia Bertarelli. Bertarelli on the year, making her 11th appearance for the Aquanauts. She's pitched 26 and 2/3 innings with a 1-3 record. 24 runs allowed, 23 have been earned for a 6.04 ERA. 24 hits, 23 strikeouts, and 28 walks, a 195 whip. As a team, through 13 games, the Aquanauts have pitched 81 and 2/3 innings, given up 90 runs, 76 have been earned, a 6.51 ERA. For the Knots, who actually had a game suspended, the only game that was able to get started on Friday, and the plan is now for that to be made up on Tuesday afternoon, finished against the River Mocs. Lila Tidball steps in, and the first pitch is outside for ball one, and we are underway. For the Skeeters, Lila Tidball is 11 of 32, batting .344. 8 runs scored with an RBI, has a couple of doubles, along with 2 walks. As a team, the Skeeters, through 15 games, they have a team batting average of .267. They've scored 81 runs and have a team on base percentage of .361. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike now on Tidball. 84 degrees at first pitch, partly cloudy skies. A little bit of a breeze blowing out to right field. One hopper to third. Flores is there to stop in the throw for out number 1. That will bring up the catcher, Emma George. First pitch is high for ball 1. George on the year, 4 of 27, batting 148, 7 runs scored with an RBI, has a double, and 3 walks. There's a strike, 1-1. The defensive alignment for the Aquanauts: Young in left, Henson in center, Aldrich in right, Flores at third, Pierce at short, Shoemaker at second, Carpenter at first, with Bartholomew catching, Bertarelli, Fadley, and Wyndham, the extra hitter and DP. A ball and 2 strikes now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Two-way. For Olivia Artanis. Artanis, 12 of 32, batting .375 on the season. 6 runs scored, 5 runs driven in. All her hits have been singles. She has a couple of walks. .412 the on-base percentage for Artanis. Trying to get things started with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Coming up next tomorrow for the Aquanauts, they play the Sea Cows at noon right here on Field 2, and then at 2:30 here on Field 2, they will finish the suspended game between the Aquanauts and the River Mocs. That bunt is down. Bertarelli fields. The throw is in time for out number 3 to retire the side. Just got a bit too much on that bunt, and that'll do it for the Skeeters here in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Skeeters and the Aquanauts. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Skeeters and the Aquanauts. And here is the starting lineup for the Anna Maria Aquanauts. They are 5-8 entering today's game on a 1-game losing streak. For head coach Jenna Lord, they are in 9th place all by themselves, entering this 9:30 window of play on day 19. Leading things off, the shortstop, Karis Pierce, with J.D. Young, left field, batting second. Gracie Flores, third base, bats third, batting fourth and catching. Emilia Bartholomew. Center fielder, Nyla Henson, will bat fifth. Batting sixth is Kaylee Wyndham, the designated player. Emma Shoemaker, second base, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Carson Carpenter, the first baseman. Chloe Aldrich, right field, batting ninth. And batting 10th is Sophie Fadley, the extra hitter. First pitch is a called strike from the incoming freshman heading to Walter State, Liliana Acosta. Acosta on the year for the Skeeters, making her 11th appearance. She's pitched 29 innings with a 1-4 record, 62 runs allowed, 44 have been earned, a 10.62 ERA, 61 hits, 10 strikeouts, 34 walks. As a team, the Skeeters through 15 games. Skeeters have pitched 92 and a third innings, give up 120 runs, 95 have been earned for a 7.20 ERA. 2.5 whip, and that's going to bloop in for a base hit for Karis Pierce. Now bring up the left fielder, J.D. Young. First pitch to Young is a fly ball to left field. Catch is made by Tomolsky. No tag. There's one away. So one out runner on first now for the third baseman, Gracie Flores. Flores, 5 of 24, batting .208 on the season. 5 runs scored, 2 runs driven in with a double, and 3 walks. As a team, the Knots, through 13 games, have a team batting average of .254. They've scored 62 runs, and have a team on base percentage of .356. Defensively for the Skeeters, Tomolsky in left, Totarski in center, Bradshaw in right, Cochran in third, Tidball at short, Artanis at second, Henderson at first with George catching. Acosta is the pitcher, and Riley is the extra hitter. Runner goes, the pitch is outside, the throw down is not going to be in time. So stolen base for Karis Pierce. Ball bounced out of Tidball's glove, but the throw was late anyway. And that's a 4-pitch walk, putting runners now on first and second with 1 away here in the first inning. For Emilia Bartholomew. 231 the average, 6 of 26, 3 runs scored with 5 RBIs, a couple of homers, a couple of doubles on the season for Bartholomew. First pitch is high for ball 1. So the Aquanauts have a couple of games tomorrow, the regularly scheduled game and then the completion of the suspended game. This is the final regular season game for the Skeeters. Off tomorrow. Again, the All-Star game is on Wednesday, and the playoffs start on Thursday. That is a blooper that's going to fall for a base hit into center field. Diving attempt by Artanis comes up just short, and now the bases are loaded 1 away for the Aquanauts. It'll be a screaming line drive in the box score, but bloop single off the end of the bat now loads the bases for the center fielder, Nyla Henson. First pitch is a fly ball right field. Bradshaw will make the catch. The tag from third. Coming in to score on the sac fly is Pierce. Flores moves to third. There's now 2 away, and the Aquanauts lead it 1-0. A nice bit of execution there from Henson. We'll now bring up the designated player, Carly Wyndham. First pitch is a strike. Wyndham, 4 of 26, batting .154. A run scored, 3 RBIs with a double and a walk. Trying to add what is now a 1-0 lead for the Aquanauts on the sac fly. Runner goes, they will throw down, trying to get in a run down. Coming in to score is Flores, and safe at second. And they're going to challenge that, so hold on one moment. So after further review, that is overturned. So the runner is out at second to end the inning, but the run does count on the stolen base of home. So Gracie Flores does get credited with a stolen base. Bartholomew is out on the caught stealing, and that'll do it for the Aquanauts here in the first. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. We played an inning, 2-0 Aquanauts. This is the FGCL. We head to the second inning, 2-0 Aquanauts. Kendall Bradshaw leading things off for the Skeeters here in the second. Sophia Bertarelli back out for her second inning work in the circle for the Knots. First pitch to Bradshaw is a strike. Bradshaw, 12 of 30, batting .400, 18 runs scored, 12 RBIs with 6 home runs, a double, and 8 walks. Second in the league in home runs is Bradshaw. That's fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes. Bertarelli, freshman at Boston College in 2026 from Coral Springs, Florida. Pitched 4 innings for the Eagles. Gave up 7 hits and 8 runs. 6 walks and a strikeout. Patters her game after Peja Gould, formerly of Mississippi State, now in the AUSL. 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Skeeters had their matchup with the Sea Cows on Friday rained out. Ground ball to third. The stop and the throw is brought down in time by Carpenter for out number 1. Last finish game for the Skeeters. They dropped a 4-1 decision to the Snowbirds on Thursday. And the Aquanauts had their matchup with the River Mocs suspended on Friday. Their last completed game came back on Tuesday when the Knots dropped an 8-7 decision to the Rodeo. First pitch to Sidney Totarski, fouled away for strike 1. Totarski is 14 of 38, 368 the average, 8 runs scored, 12 runs driven in, a couple of doubles, a couple of homers, 6 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. That's a ground ball through for a base hit into left field, and the first base runner for the Skeeters comes with a 1-out single here in the top of the second inning as the Aquanauts look to try to answer back after the Skeeters try to answer back after the Aquanauts took the 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first on a sac fly and a double steal. Run scored before the runner was tagged out at second. Mentioned the All-Star game. The All-Star participants will be selected this evening. So I'll be looking for those notifications either tonight or tomorrow morning on who's an all-star here in 2026 in the FGCL. Planned schedule on Wednesday. The awards will be given out at 9:30. Home Run Derby at 10. The All-Star Game at 11. Runner goes. That ball is drilled. Swung on and belted. Way out of here. 2-run shot over the center field wall by Keely Cochran. And the Skeeters have tied things up at 2. For Cochran, that is her first home run of the summer. An RBI, 6 and 7. So tied up at 2 now with 1 out, and that'll bring up the extra hitter, Tegan Riley. First pitch, that one's lined to left down for a base hit. So 3 straight hits for the Skeeters. Single, homer, single. Let's now run on first with 1 out. As the Skeeters looking for more here after tying things up. That'll bring up the pitcher, Liliana Acosta. At the plate this season for the Skeeters, Acosta is 2 of 13, batting .154 with a home run. With an RBI, a run scored, a walk, and a hit by pitch. First pitch is a strike. Over on field 1, the Loggerheads and Snowbirds are underway. They'll have the Swashbucklers and the Rivermocks at noon, and the Finns and the Circus at 2:30. Swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes. That's high to the backstop. The wild pitch will move Riley to second. Loggerheads and the Snowbirds are in the top of the second. No score. Keep you up to date on that one as it continues. Popped up on the infield. Pierce is there. She'll make the catch. There's 2 away. So 2 outs, runner on second now for Izzy Henderson. First pitch fouled away for strike 1. Henderson looking for her first hit of the summer. She's 0 of 20 with a run scored at an RBI, has 4 walks. Three and 1 the count now on Henderson. Ground ball to second. Shoemaker stays down on it, makes the stop in the throw for out number 3. But the Skeeters tie things up on a 2-run blast by Keely Cochran. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-2. Skeeters and Aquanauts. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the second inning, 2-2 between the Skeeters and the Aquanauts. Kaylee Wyndham will lead things off. She was at the plate at the end of the last inning when Amelia Bartholomew was thrown out at second on a double steal. Gracie Flores scored before that tag out. First pitch is a ball. Fouled off on a check swing, 1-1. That bunt is foul, 1-2 strikes. Liliana Costa in the circle for the Skeeters, incoming freshman heading to Walter State from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Blackman High School. One hopper, and that's past. Tidball at short. So a base hit for Kaylee Wyndham starts things off for the Aquanauts here in the second, as it's their turn to try to respond. Emma Shoemaker now the batter. Shoemaker, 7 of 30, batting .233, 4 runs scored, 4 RBIs with 3 homers, a double, and 3 walks in FGCL play. And that one's well hit. Deep right center field, way back, way gone. Emma Shoemaker, 2-run shot, and it's now 4-2 Aquanauts. For Shoemaker, home run number 4 of FGCL play, and RBIs 5 and 6. Give the Aquanauts a lead at 4-2. Still nobody out, and Carson Carpenter will be the batter now. And that's a blooper to shallow left. Tomolsky will charge in to make the catch for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Chloe Aldrich. Aldrich, 10 of 25, batting .400. 7 runs scored, 7 RBIs as a homer. 3 walks and hit by pitch. First pitch fouled back for strike 1. Looking at the standings entering this 9:30 window on day 19. The Slice in first place at 13-2. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Swashbucklers on a 5-game winning streak. They're in second at 11-4. River Mocs have won 6 in a row. They're at 10-3 in third place. Grounded to second, Artanis. Stopping the throw. There's 2 away. And that brings up Sophie Fadley, the extra hitter. Fadley, 6 of 26, 231 the average with 5 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, a home run, 4 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. First pitch is outside and high for ball 1. Squeeze at 9-4 in fourth place. The Rodeo in fifth at 7-6. Finns in sixth at 7-8. Circus at 6-8. They're in seventh. Snowbirds at 6-9. They're in eighth. Aquanauts in ninth at 5-8. Queens, Impact, and Loggerheads tied for 10th at 5-9. Skeeters 5-10 in 13th, and the Sea Cows at 4-10 in 14th place. Tiebreakers for playoff seeding will be first head-to-head, and in a case of a multi-team tie, winning percentage against the other teams they're tied with. That one comes in, hits her in the leg. So Fadley will take the hit by pitch, keeping the inning alive. Runner now on first with one away. And back to the top of the order, and Karis Pierce, who led off the game with a single, or led off the Knots part of the first inning with a single, came around to score. Aquanauts have scored 2 runs both innings to have the 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the second. Pierce with a fly ball, well hit to deep right field. Bradshaw will range back and make the catch up against the fence for out number 3, as Karis Pierce just missed the second homer of the inning for the Aquanauts. Instead, it'll just be the one. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left for the Aquanauts. It's now 4-2. Anna Maria with the lead. This is the FGCL. For 2 Aquanauts as we head to the third. Julia Tomolsky leading things off for the Skeeters. 10-1-2 due up. Sophia Bertarelli back out for her third inning of work for the Aquanauts. Tomolsky, 10 of 38, batting .263, 7 runs scored, 7 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 4 walks. Two and 1 the count now. There in the bottom of the second, over on field 1, still no score between the Loggerheads and the Snowbirds. That one's fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind has shifted just a little bit. It's now blowing pretty much straight in from left field here on field 2. It's fouled away. Considering the amount of rain we've gotten in the last few days, the fields themselves are actually in pretty good shape. Got a lot of sun yesterday afternoon, which certainly helped. Two twos, a swing and a miss. The ball gets away. They'll throw down, and Safe at first is Samolsky, so that will be a strikeout pass ball, safe at first. So Tomolsky reaches, and that will bring up the back to the top of the order, Lila Tidball. Tidball is 0 for 1, grounded out her first time. Tidball, a freshman at Florida Southern, originally from Columbia, Missouri. Saw limited action for Florida Southern in her freshman season, was 0 for 4. Called strike, 1-1. That's popped up, and it will fall foul, 1-2. Started playing competitive softball as a sophomore in high school. Was a competitive dancer for 16 years before that. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Chase the curve. There's one away in what is right now a 2-strikeout inning for Sophia Bertarelli. Emma George now the batter. She struck out her first time. George, a sophomore at Eastern Florida State in 2026, entered the portal and is headed to Valdosta State. At Eastern Florida State this past year, batted .281. She was 36 of 128, 20 RBIs with 9 doubles, 16 runs scored. Second year here in the league. Last year she was an impact and was 10 of 37 with a .270 average, 5 RBIs. Went with Eastern Florida State to their first ever JUCO World Series this past season. Two balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Top of the third. Skeeters trying to answer the 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Down 2 to the Aquanauts. That's popped up, and that will spin, and it will stay fair. Infield hit for Emma George. Bertarelli couldn't make it to make the catch on the fly and was hoping it was going to spin foul, but it dug itself in to the Palmasola clay. And runners now on first and second with 1 away for Olivia Artanis. 0 for 1 with a ground out is Artanis. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Artanis, a native of Pembroke Pines, Florida, a freshman at Queens University in 2026 and is in the portal. For Queens, batted .156, 10 of 64 with an RBI and 10 runs scored. Heading the count now, 3-0. Three O's in there for a strike, 3-1 now. And a tie for ball 4. Now the bases are loaded with one away. And Jenna Lord is going to come out and talk things over with Bertarelli before Kendall Bradshaw will head to the plate. Bradshaw's 0 for 1. As we mentioned, entering today's play in second place in home runs in the league. And now we're going to see a courtesy runner come out to run for George at second. Paige Bashawati will run. Now the meeting is adjourned, and Kendall Bradshaw will be the batter. Junior at Appalachian State in 2026. From Apex, North Carolina, she transferred to App State from Gaston College, where she was first team All-Region in 2025. First pitch is popped up in foul ground. It's out of play. At App State this past season, Bradshaw batted .306, 34 of 111, 25 RBIs, had 7 homers, a couple of triples, 4 doubles, and scored 27 runs. Versus App State in the now newly expanded Sun Belt Conference as of July 1st. Louisiana Tech now in the league. No changes in the quote-unquote Power 4, but several. Mountain West, the MAC having their first change in decades. Bradshaw fouls that back 2-2 with Northern Illinois leaving, but Sacramento State joining. The Pac-12 is back. 7 schools in the Pac-12 with softball. Mountain West will have a new look. Another 2-2 is in the dirt. Count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the payoff pitch to Bradshaw. Low and away for ball 4, and that'll be an RBI walk for KB Bradshaw. Bringing home Tomolsky. And it's now 4-3 Aquanauts. And another bases loaded opportunity for Sydney Totarski, who singled and scored her first time. First pitch is a called strike. Totarski has 1 year of eligibility remaining, a redshirt senior at St. John's this past year, and is in the portal. Lifts this one to right field. Aldrich is there. She'll make the catch. Tagging up from third and coming in to score is Bashadaway. And we are now tied at 4. So Bashawati scores. Artanis now to third. And with 2 outs, that will bring up the third baseman, Keely Cochran, who blasted a 2-run homer her first time up. runner goes, and they'll just let Bradshaw steal without a throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position with a 1-0 count on Cochran. Cochran, a freshman at Minnesota this past season. That one's in the dirt and to the backstop, and scoring on the wild pitch is Artanis. And the Skeeters have now taken a 5-4 lead, 3 runs in the inning. Running now on third for Cochran, who takes a strike, 1-1. Cochran 3 of 24 for the Gophers this past year with a couple RBIs and 2 runs scored from Beaumont, California. That's fouled away, and the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner on third. Skeeters with 3 in the inning have taken a 5-4 lead. And that drops in too low for ball 4. So runners now on the corners with 2 outs for Tegan Riley, who singled her first time. Riley, a junior at Lynn in 2026. Last year for the Skeeters, Riley was 17 of 45, 378 the average with 12 RBIs, 3 homers, 5 doubles. At Lynn last year, batted .295, 38 of 129, with 20 RBIs and 5 homers. 2 triples, 9 doubles, and 20 runs scored. In 2019, played for the Little League World Series champions, who went undefeated. And Bertarelli is having problems finding the strike zone here in this inning. She's walked 3 already and had a strikeout, but the runner reached on a pass ball. Riley swinging away at 3-0. Fouls it off, 3-1. Three one is inside for ball 4. So the bases are loaded once again with 2 outs. And that will be the end of the day for Bertarelli.
Wait, what's her name again?
So Sophia Bertarelli will turn things over to Kiera Caro for the Aquanauts. Caro, the freshman at South Florida State in 2026, will enter the game here for Bertarelli, who went 2 2/3. Gave up 4 hits, 5 runs that are all earned. She is responsible for the 3 runners on base. The walks came and reared their ugly heads here in this inning. The first pitch from Caro to Liliana Acosta is low for ball one. 4 walks allowed all in this inning by Bertarelli, along with 3 strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Acosta. Caro making her 11th appearance. She's pitched 28 in the 3rd innings for the Knots. That's blooped and caught at 3rd by Flores for out number 3 to end the inning. But the Skeeters, it was a good one for them. They score 3 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 3 left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, 5-4, Skeeters with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Skeeters with a 5-4 lead over the Aquanauts. And Jedi Young to lead things off for the Aquanauts here in the 3rd. 2-3-4 against a new pitcher for the Skeeters. Lilian Acosta turning things over to Addison Fry. Young, fly ball to center. Totarski is there. She'll make the catch for out number 1. Acosta went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs that were all earned. A walk and no strikeouts. Fry for the Skeeters, making her 9th appearance. She's pitched 25 and 2/3 innings with a 1-3 record, 20 runs allowed, 15 have been earned, 4.09 the ERA, 32 hits, 32 strikeouts to 11 walks. 168 is the whip. Gracie Flores takes the first pitch for ball 1. Fry, a freshman at Providence in 2026, entered the portal and is headed to Lexington, Kentucky and the University of Kentucky. For Providence in the circle, Fry had a 4.22 ERA in 78 innings pitched. 98 hits, 55 runs, 47 earned, 26 walks, 59 strikeouts, a 6-5 record for the Friars. And on her way to the SEC. A two-way player, which Wildcat head coach Rachel Lawson enjoys. Batted 174 for the Friars, 4 of 23 with 5 RBIs, had a couple homers and a double. Flores walked and scored back in the 1st inning. A steal of home on a double steal. 2-2's a hard hit ball to short, but Tidball will range to her left, make the stop, and the throw in time. She's actually going to be safe at first because the throw was not caught. So that'll be an E6 on the throw by Tidball. No one was quite sure what happened there, including myself. But Flores reaches on the air, and the first pitch to Emilia Bartholomew is fouled away for strike one. That's line to right, and that's down, and it kicks off Bradshaw's glove and into the corner. Flores hesitates, but now will come in to score, and taking third is Bartholomew. So that will be a single for Bartholomew and an E9, allowing Flores to score and allowing Bartholomew to reach third. So a couple of errors in the inning tie things up. And that brings up Nyla Henson, who had a sac fly her first time. First pitch is a called strike. We're tied up at 5. Henson, an incoming freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, heading to Kennesaw State. And she will put this into the gap to give the Aquanauts a lead. Henson now digging for second, and the throw is not going to be in time. Henson slides in safely with an RBI double, and it is now 6-5 Aquanauts. The Knots now have scored 2 runs every inning at the plate. And designated player Kaylee Wyndham will step in. Wyndham singled and scored her first time. First pitch is butted foul. Wyndham, another incoming freshman. She's from Powder Springs, Georgia, headed to Tennessee State. Multi-sport athlete in high school. Flag football, track and field, along with softball. It's great to see the rise of flag football in the high school ranks. Many states now are sponsoring girls flag football. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2-way. Just giving a lot of athletes in high school another chance, and that's kind of coming up into college. We're seeing some college programs being recognized by the NCAA, and flag football the next big thing. So 2 out now for Emma Shoemaker, who had a 2-run homer her first time up. The first pitch is low for ball 1. Shoemaker, a sophomore at Charlotte in 2026. Was 2 of 29 for the 49ers with 2 doubles and a run scored. Definitely got a hold of one back in the second inning. Two O's right in there. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And back-to-back strikeouts end it for the Knots here in the third, but the Aquanauts retake the lead as they get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 left. We've played 3, 6-5. Aquanauts with the lead. This is the FGCL. Izzy Henderson leading things off for the Skeeters here in the 4th inning. Trying to answer back once again. They're down 6-5. Henderson's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Pops this one up. Deep short, ranging back behind the third base bag now is Pierce. She'll make the catch for out number 1. Julia Tomolsky now the batter. She struck out but reached on a pass ball and came around to score in the 3rd. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Over on field 1, they're in the top of the 4th inning. Loggerheads have taken a 2-1 lead over the Snowbirds. Here, Aquanauts 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Skeeters 5 runs on 4 hits, an error, and 4 runners left on base. Carroll looks in. Another 0-2. That one's grounded to second and booted. Shoemaker unable to make the play, and that'll be the first error of the game for the Knots, putting a runner on with 1 out. And they'll bring up Lila Tidball, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. One where Shoemaker needed to charge in, allowing it to take that extra bounce. You never know. First pitch is high for ball 1. One one drops in, ball and 2 strikes. Again, it's the final regular season game of the year for the Skeeters. There's a path where they can get up to 9th with a win. That's a fly ball to center. Catch is made by Henson, no tag, and there's 2 away. And they'll bring back up Emma George, who's 1 for 2 with a single, and her pinch runner scored back in the 3rd. Line drive to center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Soft line drive. That worked to George's advantage. Her second hit of the day puts runners now on first and second with 2 outs. Or Olivia Artanis, who's 0 for 1, grounded out in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd. And that one slapped foul for strike 1. Another foul ball, 0-2. Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Aquanauts trying to keep the Skeeters from answering once again. Aquanauts with a 6-5 lead. They've scored 2 runs every inning. Have the Knots. High for ball 4. Now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Another opportunity with the bases loaded for Kendall Bradshaw. She had an RBI walk her last time up with the bases loaded, 0 for 1 on the day. That's popped up, foul ground. It will get out of play. On top of the first base dugout, occupied by Skeeters. And a softball team. The 1-1. High and inside, 2 balls and a strike. She went too far around for strike 3 on the check swing, and that is a huge strikeout by the Knots as they hold on to the lead, leaving the bases loaded for the Skeeters here in the 4th. No runs on a hit. There was an error and 3 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Aquanauts still lead at 6-5. This is the FGCL. Carson Carpenter leading things off for the Aquanauts as they cling to a 6-5 lead as we open up the bottom of the fourth. Carpenter's 0 for 1, had a fly out her first time. Ground ball that will kick foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Carpenter, a freshman at Cowley College in 2026. From Derby, Kansas. At Cowley. Her freshman campaign batted .389, 61 and 157, 49 RBIs with 12 homers, a couple of triples, 12 doubles, and 52 runs scored. Sending a shout out to her black lab, Blaze. 2-2 is inside, and the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Knots have scored 2 runs every inning. Skeeters with 2 in the third and 3. 2 in the second, 3 in the third. Nothing in the first or fourth. And it's a leadoff walk for Chloe Aldrich. She grounded out her first time. Aldrich, a freshman at Charlotte in 2026 from Friendswood, Texas. First pitch is to the backstop, and Carpenter will take second on the wild pitch. At Charlotte this past year, batted .206, 7 of 34, 4 RBIs, had a homer and 2 doubles, along with 12 runs scored. She's saying hi to her dog, Cash. And the count now 2-0. First of 3 here on day 19 on field 2. Rodeo and the Squeeze coming up at noon. It'll be the Queens and the Sea Cows wrapping up the penultimate day of regular season play here in the 2026 FGCL. And gets the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jammed her. Oh, barehanded at first base by Henderson. She'll tag the bag with the ball. Carpenter to third. There's now one away. Came in and jammed Aldrich. Took a weird turn on Henderson. She barehanded it and made the stop. One out now for Sophie Fadley. Was hit by a pitcher first time. Fadley, a freshman at Dodge City, second team junior college. All Kansas takes that one for a strike, 1-1. From Haven, Kansas, batted .403 for Dodge City in their first ever World Series trip. 56 of 139. 37 RBIs, 10 homers, a couple of triples, and 10 doubles. 35 runs scored for Dodge City. Ground ball to second. Stop made by Artanis, but coming in to score is Carpenter. And it's now 7-5 after the RBI ground out. So 2 out, 7-5 Aquanauts, and Karis Pierce will be the batter. 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Fouled off, a ball and 2 strikes. And that one may have cracked the bat for Pierce, and she'll get a new one on the foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. 7-5, Aquanauts with the lead. They scored at least one every inning. The 3-2 is lined to left center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So a 2-out single by Karis Pierce keeps the inning alive for the Aquanauts. That'll bring up J.D. Young, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. Pops it up, foul ground, third base side, and it will get out of play. Inside, the throw down is not going to be in time, and make sure that Pierce is okay, because it on the swipe attempt at a tag, looked like Pierce got hit. It's a stolen base. And he's going to take a walk with Jenna Lord and Aubrey Yarnell. And Pierce going to step off. The runner will come in for her. Lauren Sweat now running. We certainly hope Karis Pierce will be all right. Young pops up the bunt. Catch made by George for out number 3 to retire the side. But the Aquanauts add to their lead here in the home half of the 4th inning. They get a run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left. We head to the 5th. It is 7-5. Aquanauts with the lead. This is the FGCL. Sidney Totarski leading things off for the Skeeters here in the top of the 5th inning. They trail 7-5. First pitch to Sidney Totarski is inside for ball 1. Totarski's 1 for 1, single and scored in the 2nd, a sac fly in the 3rd. Lines this to left center, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So leadoff single for Sidney Totarski as the Skeeters are trying to answer the Aquanauts. And Keely Cochran now at the plate. 2-run homer in the second, walk in the third. Changes defensively for the Aquanauts. Thomas now in left, Sweat now in center. Shoemaker moves to short, Riley now at second. Kiera Caro back out in the circle. Her second full inning of relief. Got a strikeout with the bases loaded to end the fourth. Ground ball to short. She'll step on the bag at second and turn the double play. Shoemaker now over at short. Starts that twin killing, and there's 2 away. Just tailor-made there with 2 outs now for Tegan Riley, who singled in the second, walked in the third. Three now the count now on Riley. Green light 3-0. Fouled it back 3-1. That's hammered foul. Counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff. Riley lines it to left. That's down for a base hit. So Riley's now reached base 3 times today. 2-out single will bring up Addison Fry for the first time today. Popped up, foul ground out of play. At the plate for the Skeeters this season, Fry is 3 of 13, batting .231. 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored, has a home run. Trying to help her own cause here. Fry lifts this one to center. Sweat is underneath it. She'll make the catch for out number 3. For the Skeeters here in the 5th, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We stretch on field 2. We head to the home half of the 5th inning. 7-5 Aquanauts. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Aquanauts with a 7-5 lead over the Skeeters. 3-4-5 due up for the Aquanauts, and they're facing the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Skeeters. Aston Fry will turn things over to Abby Turnpaw. Fry went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Gracie Flores will be the first batter for the Aquanauts. Against Abby Turnpaw, Flores is 0 for 1, walked and scored in the first, reached on error and scored in the third. Turnpaw making her 14th appearance for the Skeeters. She's pitched 37 2/3 innings. 3-3 the record, 38 runs allowed, 36 have been earned for a 6.69 ERA. 57 hits, 30 strikeouts, 36 walks. 247 the whip. Ground ball to second. Artanis makes the stop in the throw, and there's one away. The other change for the Skeeters entering this inning, Paige Bashadaway, is behind home plate, replacing Emma George. Emilia Bartholomew now the batter. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a run scored on the day. Ground ball back up the middle. It's going to be stopped but kept on the infield. No play for Artanis. An infield single for Emilia Bartholomew, and she's now 3 for 3. And that will bring up Lauren Sweat for the first time today. First pitch misses for ball 1. Sweat 6 of 24, batting .250, 7 runs scored, an RBI, 3 doubles, and 7 walks. 419. Ooh, that's a line drive shot off the shin of Turnpaw. That gets all the way into right field. So the base hit now puts runners on the corners, and we'll check to make sure Turnpaw is all right. She says she's fine. I mean, couldn't have been more of a direct shot right on that left shin. That'll bruise up. And that'll bring up Kaylee Wyndham. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored back in the second. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Turnpaw, a freshman at Manhattan in 2026 from Edgewood, Kentucky. At Manhattan this past season, pitched 32 2/3 innings with an 8.57 ERA, 62 hits, 43 runs, 40 earned, 21 walks, 11 strikeouts, had a 1-2 record. Slow roller to second. Artanis will make the stop and the throw, which is in time to get the out, but that's an RBI ground out for Kaylee Wyndham. And it's now 8-5. Aquanauts. Emma Shoemaker steps in. The first pitch is a strike. Upper part of the zone. Shoemaker, a 2-run homer in the second, a strikeout in the third. Aquanauts have kept their streak alive of scoring every inning. Changeup floats in on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's in the dirt. Counts full 3-2. Fly ball to left center. Ranging over is Samolski. She'll make the catch for out number 3. But the Aquanauts here in the 5th add to their lead. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We played 5, 8-5. Aquanauts in front. This is the FGCL. We head to the 6th inning, 8-5 Aquanauts. 9-10-1 due up for the Skeeters, facing Kiara Caro back out for another inning of relief. Sophie Fadley is your new catcher for the Aquanauts. Eight runs on 9 hits, an error, and 4 left for the Knots. 5 runs on 7 hits, an error, and 8 left for the Skeeters. Over on field 1, they're in the top of the 7th inning. The Loggerheads with a 3-2 lead over the Snowbirds in a pitcher's duel. 5 total hits in that game. First pitch to Izzy Henderson is fouled away for strike 1. Henderson 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out. Henderson with a well-hit ball to deep left field, back and making the catch. Up against the wall is Thomas for out number 1. Is Izzy Henderson almost made her first hit of the summer a round tripper, but it was just short of the wall, and there's one away. Julia Tomalski now the batter. First pitch fouled off for strike 1. Tomalski is 0 for 2. She struck out and reached on a wild pitch and came around to score in the 3rd. Reached on an error in the 4th. Swung on a miss, no balls, 2 strikes. That's fouled off. Skeeters need base runners, down 3. Running out of outs. Ground ball to short. The throw is just in time from Shoemaker for out number 2. And that'll bring up Lila Tidball. 0 for 3. A ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out. That's popped up on the infield. Charging in from second is Riley. She will make the catch for out number 3. So for the first time since the first inning, the Skeeters go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 8-5 Aquanauts. This is the FGCL. Carson Carpenter leading things off for the Aquanauts in the bottom of the 6th inning. Anna Maria with the 8-5 lead. Abby Turnpaw back out now for her second inning of relief for the Skeeters. Carpenter is 0 for 1 with a flyout, a walk, and a run scored. Still on the top of the 7th over on field 1, Loggerheads with a 3-2 lead over the Snowbirds. Snowbirds are the home team. First pitch misses for ball 1. That's a blooper. That's going to fall for a base hit for Carson Carpenter. And leadoff man's on for the Aquanauts as they look for some insurance up 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Chloe Aldrich. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. It's fouled away. One change out in the field for the Skeeters. And Lisa Weinbarger now at first base, replacing Izzy Henderson. Line foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Coming up at noon here on field 2, Rodeo and the Squeeze. It'll be the Swashbucklers and the Rivermocks over on field 1 at noon when Loggerheads and Snowbirds get wrapped up. That's line to right. That's going to fall for a base hit and get all the way to the wall. Carpenter will hold up at third, and that's a double for Chloe Aldrich. And that'll bring up now the catcher, Sophie Fadley, who's 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the second and had an RBI ground out in the fourth. Opportunity now for the Aquanauts to add to their 3-run lead. Infield playing in for the Skeeters, except at second base. First pitch is popped up. Weinbarger shielding her eyes from the sun. She's unable to make the catch. And it fell in foul ground for just a strike instead of an out. Weinbarger totally lost it in the sun. But not an error, but another miscue for the Skeeters defensively. That's a ground ball through for a base hit into left field. Carpenter will score. RBI single for Sophie Fadley, and it is now 9-5. And Jada Young is going to come in to run for Fadley. Camry Riley now the batter for the first time today. Riley, the freshman at Cowley College, takes that for a strike. Riley 6 of 25, batting .240, 6 runs scored, 3 runs driven in, has a double, 2 walks and hit by pitch in FGCL play. 1-1 swung on and missed, and stealing second is Young. A ball and 2 strikes now with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out, nobody out, for the Knots. It's fouled away. Aquanauts looking for some insurance and maybe an opportunity to keep the Skeeters from even batting in the 7th inning. Fouled off the changeup, stays alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Missed a touch inside, 2-2. Slow roller to short. The throw from Tidball is in time. Runner stay. There's one away. Jada Thomas, her first at bat of the day, takes that one outside for ball one. Thomas, 5 of 21, 238 the average, 6 runs scored, 6 runs driven in, has a home run, a double, 7 walks, and hit by pitch. Called strike, 3-1. Number 2 spot, the only spot in the order for the Aquanauts that has not reached base as of yet. A game where they've scored at least one every inning. 3-1 is grounded foul, and the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. One out. And 2 in scoring position for the Knots here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's ball 4. Bases now loaded. And Gracie Flores will step to the plate. Flores 0 for 2. Walk with a run scored in the first. Rishon Aaron scored in the third. Grounded out in the 5th. So Flores does represent the game-ending run at the plate now for the Aquanauts. Skeeters defense talking things over. Abby Turnpaw in her second inning of relief. It's given up 3 hits, 2 runs both earned, and now the bases are loaded for Flores. First pitch drops in for strike 1. The 0-1 chase their eyes, 0-2. 2-2 pitch. Flores with a fly ball to right. Ranging back and making the catch is Bradshaw. Tagging up from third and coming in to score is Aldrich. Young now on third, and it is now 10-5 on the sac fly. So runners now on the corners, 2 outs for Emilia Bartholomew, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 2 runs scored. First pitch misses for ball 1. Now with 2 outs, Bartholomew does represent the game-ending run. Ground ball to third. Stop made by Cochran. The throw's in time for out number 3 to end the inning. But the Aquanauts do add to their lead here in the 6th. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the 7th inning, the last chance for the Skeeters. 10-5 Knots. This is the FTCL. Paige Bashawati will lead things off for the Skeeters here in the 7th. Last chance for the Skeeters. They're down 10-5. Bashawati is 3 of 22, batting 136, 6 runs scored with an RBI and 8 walks here in the FTCL. 367 the on-base percentage. And the Skeeters do need base runners. Should the score hold, Kiara Caro would be the winning pitcher for the Knots, and Addison Fry would take the loss for the Skeeters. Loggerheads plated 4 in the top of the 7th. They now lead at 7-2 over the Snowbirds with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Trying to finish that one off. Over on field 1. That one's fouled away, and the count's full, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Well, that's a leadoff walk for Bashadaway. Olivia Artanis now the batter. First pitch drops too low for ball 1. Artanis is 0 for 1. A ground out in the first. A couple of walks and a run scored. Line to third. That's caught, and they will not be able to double off the runner. There's one away. For the right fielder, Kendall Bradshaw. Bradshaw's 0 for 2 with an RBI walk. That's popped up in foul ground, and Carpenter lost it in the sun at first, and it falls foul. So it is now a final. Loggerheads knock off the Snowbirds 7-2. Swashbucklers and Rivermocks coming up on field one. A little bit afternoon. That's fouled away. That's popped up on the infield. Shoemaker calls everyone off. She'll make the catch for out number 2. And the Skeeters are down to their final out. Last chance for Manatee will be the center fielder, Sydney Totarski. She's had a good day, 2 for 2 with a couple singles, a run scored, and a sacrifice fly. Swing and a miss. And the Skeeters are down to their final strike. One, two's fouled back. Count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Line to right. That's down for a base hit. So the Skeeters stay alive. Runners now on first and second with 2 outs. On a 3 for 3 day for Sydney Totarski. will now bring up third baseman Keely Cochran. She's 1 for 2, hit a 2-run homer in the second, walked in the third, and hit into a double play in the fifth. Tying run in the hole now for the Skeeters. First pitch hits the inside corner for a called strike. Held off in that check swing, 1-1. Foul back, and once again the Skeeters are down to their final strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cochran down on strikes, and that will do it. Your final score: Aquanauts 10, Skeeters 5. Here in the 7th inning, the Skeeters, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. With the win, Aquanauts improved to 6-8, and with a loss, the Skeeters will wrap up their regular season at 5-11. Kiera Caro is the winning pitcher for the Aquanauts. Addison Fry takes the loss for the Skeeters. Final line for today's game: 10 runs on 12 hits, an error, and 6 left for the Aquanauts. 5 runs on 8 hits, an error, and 10 left for the Skeeters. Once again, your final score: Aquanauts 10, Skeeters 5. Coming up next here on Field 2 in approximately 30 minutes, it'll be the rodeo and the squeeze. Until then, I'm Tom Canterbury. For everyone here at the FGCL, have a good day from Bradenton.